This is Fuzzy Road to Health, and I'm Fuzzy D. Today we're going to be talking about some pretty personal subject matter. Now, this is something I've never exposed publicly before, but after seeing some of the stories yesterday on the live stream and some other stuff we've seen recently, I think this is something that needs to be talked about. We're going to be doing kind of a deep dive into issues that can happen when you are losing a ton of weight in a hurry. So there's some specific things that you're going to need to watch out for and some treatments that you're going to have to come up with to deal with some things. Let's get started. What you're looking at here is some footage I took of myself. As you can see, this is what I look like with just some gym shorts on. So this is one of the things that happens when you lose a bunch of weight. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I've lost about 218 pounds, and you can see here all the skin that's sagging down. You can see how far my stomach is folded over top of my shorts. And this actually creates some real problems, not just from, looking like it does. We'll take a look at me as I turn around here. So you'll see where there's just skin and flesh hanging everywhere. And this is what happens when you're losing a bunch of weight in a hurry. Now, eventually, at some point, I'm probably going to need to go for several skin removal surgeries to deal with all this. Obviously, it's too soon. I've got more weight yet to lose. I've got about another 75 pounds to take off. Now, one of the things that can happen, and it certainly happened to me, is you can start to get some real issues with fungal infections because the moisture and the heat and everything builds up. So if you take a look here, you'll see now it looks pretty bad, but this is healed up a lot from what it was. At one point, it was literally bleeding all the time. The infection was so bad. Now, the problem was I'd gone to the doctor and gotten medications from him, and eventually it became resistant. So it worked at first, but over time, the fungal infection and bacteria and everything just became resistant, and then it actually started to feed off of the medication, and it made it worse whenever I applied it. You see how it's kind of lopsided, one side is fatter than the other. Not sure exactly what caused this. It could have been that I had fatty liver really bad at one point. Now, not to worry, recent testing for my liver, everything's fine now in my liver. But, you can see how far that all folds over and how big of an area was affected. So you can see it's a pretty huge area. Compared to what this is actually healed up a lot. Now, I don't know if that skin is ever going to go back to looking normal. A lot of it will probably get cut off when I get the skin removal surgery, so it may not be an issue anyway. But let's talk about what I did about this. So something that you can do to keep it from happening in the first place is if you get a cream that kind of keeps the skin separated from itself and keeps the moisture out, that can be an option. Now, if I'd have maybe started using that right away, when I was getting all this skin hanging down like this, instead of the stomach just sticking straight out in front, but you can get it's a cream that you use for like diaper rash on babies. It's got like zinc and stuff in it. Now, I'm not too keen on using that kind of stuff because it's got stuff that can absorb into the system and may not be so good for you. So after the medication started making it worse from the doctor, I did some research and did some experiments, and I found a solution that is working really well. So I may have shown you this before on previous videos, but I got this product. It's actually from Melaleuca, and and it's called Renew. It's a really good hand cream. Now, you don't have to use this hand cream, just any good quality hand cream without a bunch of nasty chemicals. This has tea tree oil in it. Not a lot, but it's got some tea tree oil in it, which is also helpful for this. And then the other ingredient in this is the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, but you can use any raw, unpasteurized apple cider vinegar with the mother. So I've got one of the old medicine jars that I got from the pharmacy. And you're gonna need a little miniature whisk like this. So what I do is I fill this about half full, actually a little over half full, with the apple cider vinegar. And then I take the hand lotion and I pour it in until it fills about half the space that had been there before. And then I use this and I just stick it in the middle and I spin it back and forth as quickly as I can. And just keep moving that around in there until you get it all mixed up. And you just have to do this in 2 steps. I don't understand why, but it's the way I found that will mix it properly. And then you can fill it up as close to the top as you think you can get away with more of the hand cream. And then same routine, you go in and you keep stirring it like this until it's all incorporated together. Now at first it's going to be really thin, so you don't want to use it right away if you can help it. But you can, I've done it, and it's fine. It just makes it a little harder to apply. But when this sits overnight, it thickens up. So if you look there, it's got a little bit of, it'll pour if you really pour it, but it's not really liquidy. It's fairly stiff. And then what I do is I take those little cotton pads that women get to clean makeup off. I get a couple of those out, and I coat one side of it. So I just, kind of push it down in and make sure it's coated. And then I apply it to the areas a bit at a time. Usually have to recoat it 3, maybe 4 times. Get one side completely done, and that spot if you look at this spot in the middle I'm showing you right here, you apply it there, and then you can finish doing the other side. And I wound up getting a little of this in the crack of my butt because something I'm not going to show on camera is my saggy butt, but there's a lot of hanging skin there as well. So I have to use a little bit back there. This is just something to be aware of. If some of you are, up around 400 plus pounds, you've probably not been able to wipe your own butt for quite a while. And you're probably having to use one of those wiper sticks. I know I had to use one for the longest time. You can probably figure out a way to use that. But I didn't start getting these bad infections like this until I lost enough weight that the skin was just really always hanging down. And by that point, I could reach my own butt again. So that's just kind of the way it worked for me anyway. So this is one of the things that you have to be concerned about when you've lost a ton of weight. These are just things you're going to need to be expecting to deal with as you're dropping the weight. Now, if you didn't reach the kind of massive proportions that myself and others like me have reached, it's probably not going to be an issue for you. If you were like 400 plus pounds, I was at one point 540 pounds. I know of a couple of people that are even bigger than that. When you're losing this kind of weight, you're really going to have to be watching out for this. So make sure you get some of these ingredients so that you can start making these. Don't use medications from the doctors because you have to be using it all the time. And eventually it becomes resistant and stops working, and then it'll make it worse. At least that's what happened with me. I hope that you find this helpful. Yeah, one of the other things that's going to happen as your weight is shifting your center of balance, you may need to do some very light exercise to help strengthen and stabilize those leg muscles and the ankle muscles and that kind of thing. So that you aren't going to be falling over as you're losing this weight and your center of balance is shifting. It can definitely take some adjustment, especially if you're losing it as fast as I did. My weight loss has slowed down quite a bit in the last 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months. But before that, I was, in the first year, I lost, I think it was about 180-ish pounds, something like that. My period of weight loss this time around, because I've lost weight before and then gained it back. So my period of time that I've lost this 218 pounds was about 14 months. Now, not all of it was on carnivore. Some was on keto. Actually, the majority of it was on keto. But I've lost about 68, 69 pounds on carnivore since I switched. So one of the other things that you're going to need to be prepared for, and something that some of us think about and some of us don't, is, clothes are going to rapidly become way too big and hang on you and look really bad. So you need to have a solution in place for that. If you've got old skinny clothes that you've hung on to, that can be very helpful. I know I've been able to start getting into older clothes that I thought I would never wear again. That's helpful, but I've still got some of the in-between stages, so I've had to go out and buy a couple of things here and there. Probably one of the first things that you'll be having to buy more of is underwear. Now, I'm fortunate the underwear that I have is extraordinarily stretchy, and it hasn't gotten all stretched out, so I haven't had to replace it. So I know this was kind of an odd and very personal subject to get into, but the number of people I see that are starting to lose a ton of weight on this carnivore lifestyle, I think this is information that you could really use, and it'll keep you out of the doctor's office and away from pharmaceuticals. We certainly don't want to support them if we don't have to. Now, I'll be the first one to admit that, there are times when we're going to need medication from time to time, but I always try everything else. And in this case, the medication wasn't working and then was making it worse. So it's important to know some natural alternatives. This concoction that I just showed you seems to work better than anything else I've ever used. It doesn't work overnight. It takes a while. Like when I started using it, I was literally waking up in the morning with my underwear soaked in blood from all the seepage. And it took about 3 days for the bleeding to stop. And I was applying, for the first while I was applying 3 times a day. And now I apply twice a day. And it's healed up enough that if I'm really tired one night and I don't feel like putting it on, I can skip a night without any ill effects. Until it's completely healed, I'm going to suggest twice a day is probably a good option. I know one thing you're going to need to put on the radar for your doctor is, when the time is right, looking at skin removal surgery. I know a lot of doctors, Dr. Barry talks about this, where your skin will shrink and you can kind of make it eat itself if you stay in autophagy enough, and it'll kind of rebuild and tighten up. But that works for normal people that, were maybe up to 100 pounds overweight. But when you're, 300 or 400 pounds overweight, that's not going to cut it, no matter what Dr. Barry says. So you're going to be looking at skin removal surgery at one point, and you're not going to be able to do it in one surgery. You're probably looking at least 3, maybe 4 surgeries if you were really up there like I was. Now, if you're not in a country where your medical expenses are covered, then you may want to start trying to save up for the surgery now. And I can't recommend places that you could go for less expensive surgery. I don't know anything about like going to Mexico or South America or something to get these types of surgeries. So I'm not going to try and make any recommendations there. If you are going to look into something like that, make sure you do your homework. Find out for sure that the people you're going to go to can be trusted. Even in the States or in other European countries where you got to pay for it, you still need to check out the clinic that you're planning on going to and talk to people that have had the surgeries, and look online for reports or lawsuits or any of that kind of thing. Because if a massive skin removal surgery like this is botched, you could be in a world of hurt. If you found this video useful, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.